Good morning, sir, and my fellow friends. I am June from Group 4. The topic we got specified toward building operations and work of engineering construction. I'll be presenting part 1 to part 4, and due to the time restriction, I'll be presenting these regulations only. Part 1, Regulation 1, citation. This means that you need to cite as this if you are using any information for it. Regulation 2, definition for professional terms. For example, designated person carry out any supervision or inspection. Roofing bracket, a bracket used to prevent slipping. And excavation means the removal of earth, rock, or other material in connection with construction or demolition work. These regulations shall apply to building operation and to work of engineering construction. Lastly, this regulation is the duty of every contractor and every employer. In part 2, we have Regulation 8, sleeping hazards. No employer shall suffer or permit an employee to use a platform or other elevated working surface which is in a slippery condition. And Regulation 13, eye protection. Suitable eye protection equipment shall be provided by the employer and shall be used by employees. Part 3, concrete work. We have Regulation 29, inspection and supervision. A designated person shall supervise the erection of the formwork, including the shores, brace, and other supports. In Part 4, we have Regulation 33, placing of structural members. During the final placing of the structural members, the load shall not be released from the hoisting rope until the members are securely fastened in place.
As for the part 5, which is cleaning, repairing, and maintenance of roof, gutters, windows, louvers, and ventilators, Regulations number 40, work on steep roof. Where work is being performed of roof having a slope greater than 1 in 4, there shall be a provided protection against sliding consisting of roofing brackets or crawling boards. Next, for part 6, for catch platforms, Regulations number 44, construction of catch platforms may be constructed of material other than wood, provided such a material is of equal strength and does not otherwise lessen the security against falling material. And regulations number 45, details of catch platforms. Details of constructions of catch platforms and sidewalk sheds shall conform to the requirements of the Code of Practice for Building Operation Code. And lastly, for part 7 or chutes, safety belts and nets, regulation number 48, danger sign. A simple but effective warning notice in the national language shall be placed in a conspicuous position at the discharge end of every chute to warn the employees and public. And regulation number 50, safety belts. Safety belts, lifelines, and all devices for the attachment of lifelines shall be adequate strength and of a type approved by chief inspector.
Next, for Part 8 Runways and Ramps Regulation 59 used by employees, runways and ramps used by workers shall be enough wide and thick, and also for the ramps or walkways used by passageways for workers shall be provided with standard guardrails. Furthermore, for Part 9 Ladders and Step Ladders Regulation 65 Loose Footing, ladders and step ladders shall not stand on loose bricks or another loose backing, but shall have a level and firm footing so it can avoid accidents. So for the Regulation 69 Prohibition against use of defective ladder, no ladder with missing, broken, or defective rung, with broken or split right rails, or faulty or defective construction, or with any of the rungs depending for its support solely on nails, spikes, or other similar fixing shall be used. Then, for Part 10, Scaffold, Regulation 74, Supervision of Work and Inspection of Materials, scaffold or all materials should be inspected before it gonna be used.
For demolition, first, warning sign. A warning sign is a type of sign which indicate a potential hazard obstacle or condition requires special attention. Some are traffic signs that indicate hazard on road that may not be readily apparent to a driver. Second, projection of adjacent structure. Projection are often useful in presenting a proposed building to someone who is not familiar with the presentation in plan, section, and elevation drawing. Next, for the excavation work, first, protection of the public is the function of government which ensure the protection of citizen person in their territory, organization, and institution against threat to their well-being and to prosperity of their communities. Second, stability of structure. Structural stability is a fundamental property of a dynamical system, which means that the qualitative behavior of the trajectories unaffected by small. Next, for the material handling and storage, use and disposal. First, general requirement. General requirement is in product development and process optimization, and requirement is a singular documented physical or functional need that a particular design product or process aim to satisfy. Second, material storage. Material handling involves short distance movement with the confine of a building or between a building and
the piling. First, it was stability of adjacent structures. Any structures need to be supported by necessary thing by the professional engineer to prevent injury to any person. Next, it was inspection. All pipe driving equipment shall be inspected daily by designated person before the start of work, and every defect need to be corrected before the work. The last one is qualification of operator. Each member of the pipe driving crew shall be properly instructed in the work before the work begins. The next one is blasting and use of explosive. We need to be careful before handling the explosive, when we removing cartridge wrappers, and smoking an open light. When we using hand and power tools, we need to be careful when using hand tools, electric power operated tools, and fuel powered tools. The last one is miscellaneous. The only one for miscellaneous is penalty. That's all from us. Thank you.